Hello, and welcome to Mini Music Monday, the music-related subsidiary podcast to the Raw Impressions podcast, wherein musician Lou Barlow plays music.
Me! I'm a musician! I'm musician Lou Barlow.
This is our mini podcast we do every week when we're on top of it. Yay.
And we are on top of it.
We're so on top of it this March.
This March.
Gosh, we're practically suffocating it. We're so on top of it.
We're marching.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Well, hey.
Hey.
It's a little bit of a crazy day. You know how it is for me.
Yeah. Adele has been traveling quite a bit to Wisconsin via Minneapolis, MSP, the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport.
BDL to MSP. That's my route. That's Hartford Airport.
And good for you. It's just one flight because you're flying to the hub.
It's a hub, the MSP Airport.
Because we live out in the country, folks.
Yeah.
You know, we people in Massachusetts don't like to say we live out in the country. We deny it.
Yeah.
Or at least I did.
You did.
When I was a kid.
I know. When
I first brought Adele out to Western Massachusetts, she's like, you made it sound like you lived outside of New York City or something. Like you all act like you're so sophisticated, urban, and you're like, it's fucking Cowtown out here.
It smells like cow pie the minute you get out of the car. Yep. Yeah. Well, MSP Airport is a great airport to fly into because not only is it my hometown where I'm from, airport, it's just a great airport. There's so many good stores there, and I just really like it and get my steps in, and it's fun. It's a fun airport.
Frequent listeners to the podcast and its subsidiary podcast, Mini Music Monday, which is where we are today.
Yep.
Might remember that Adele was employed.
Yes.
At MSP. Yeah,
Caribou Coffee on the International Concourse.
Say Caribou again.
Caribou?
Yes. So good.
Oh, back in the day, they were fighting, the good fight against Starbucks, right? They were like the other kind of big chain or whatever. And I think that they've I'm totally like making this up. They've landed happily on where they are right now. I've just decided that for them. They're not we're not in competition with Starbucks. They're just doing their thing.
I saw one either in Detroit or Atlanta in a recent connection that I made.
Like they're not a global takeover. You don't see them actually everywhere. I don't know if there's a Caribou in Florida. Have you ever seen a Caribou, or Texas? I don't know. New Mexico? No. But Starbucks, that's all over the place. Is Starbucks in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah. Is
Yes.
Is Starbucks in Europe?
I don't know, but it was in
you travel so much.
It was in
that's
South
why
America. It was in South America.
It's in South America. Okay.
I had an egg bite.
A
Starbucks egg bite.
Where?
In Canada. And it was different, and it was not as good.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
So
anyway, enough about Starbucks. This has nothing to do with our...
That's making somebody really angry right now.
I know. Someone's actually like,
Starbucks.
How dare you say the name? We're going to just talk about things. We talk about things doesn't mean we're endorsing, not endorsing. Just settle down. We're just chatting life. We're moving about the world. Anyway, so what's up? What are we talking about today?
Well, we are talking about, you and I went to a film premiere on Monday.
Oh, yes.
This is unusual. Yes. I mean, it sounds, we're talking about airports. This sounds like we're really moving around the world and a lot of important stuff to do. But generally what we do is regarding our family and my job, working with Dinosaur Jr. But I did score a film.
Yes. Yes, that happened in 2023, I believe.
I did. I had 2 days to score a film.
Song commencing in 3 raps on a human skull.
Ooh.
Oh.
You kindly took my all and gave me all you have. You gently took my skull for a ride. There is history in this place. There are dragons to be chased. Though I don't know who you are. Beautiful thing with a strong heart, and the charm where you gently took my skull away. And I don't know who you are, but I know what I would like you to be. One night stand of the stone, sweet and the joy that I can. Gently took my skull away. Gently took my skull away. We'll never ever go too far. But you can't escape this. Let's go chasing dragons in the sky. Love can be non-stop movie show. Gently took my skull away. You come and took my all, gave me all you had. Gently took my skull away. Gently took my skull away.
Okay, so that was the original version of my song Skull, which was on, it eventually appeared on the Bake Sale record by Sebadoh. When I was asked to do this movie, it's called Any Day Now,
Yeah.
and it's sort of a
I have a synopsis here. They have a great website now. Would you like to read the synopsis?
Please
It's actually
synopsize
do you want to
it.
read it? It's really nice.
Yes.
Here.
Oh, I'm going to read it?
Yeah, why don't you read it? It's nice.
Okay.
They have a good new website.
Steve is a night watchman in his early 20s, but his life is already getting away from him. His band is falling apart. He owes a ton of money, and he's in love with his best friend's girl. When Marty Lyons comes along and ropes Steve into a world of misfits, oddballs, and lost souls as dirty as the Charles River, Steve wonders if this change for the better wonders if this is a change for the better or if he's about to make the worst mistake of his life. So it's a movie. It's about the Isabella Stewart Gardner heist, which is
That's right.
I think it's it's the most insane art heist in history. And
Yeah.
it happened to occur in 1990 in Boston.
Right. 35 years ago.
35 years ago. I was
Yep.
living in Boston in 1990 as a musician.
Yeah. And
all my bands were falling apart, as they did all the time.
and this is so cool. This movie's great because for lots of reasons, but Eric Aronson?
Aronson, who knows?
Aronson?
Yep.
Eric Aronson?
I shouldn't say who knows.
Aronson? I don't know how to say his last
I don't
name.
know if
but,
I've ever heard anyone say his last name.
I don't either.
I've
but
seen it in emails and texts.
Yeah. Eric wrote and directed this movie.
And he enlisted me to do the soundtrack.
Yes.
And at first it seemed like a very small project. almost informal. I was like, oh, whatever. Kind of did it. It was fun, but I only did it for 2 days. I got my friend Ryan Jewell to play percussion. I did it in my friend Justin Pizzaferrado's studio, where I've done many things.
Yes.
We kind of knocked out a score for the film in like 3 days. We invited Eric, the director, into the studio.
Yep.
He seemed happy to be a part of it, and we worked real quick.
He lives in Massachusetts.
He does. And I kind of, honestly, I didn't think about it too much after it happened. I made a little bit of money doing it, which was nice. And because it's hard, I haven't really scored a film since Kids. That's the only Kids is the only other film I've ever scored, outside of random songs appearing here and there. But I scored it with Ryan. And I didn't think about it too much. And we'd saw many incarnations of the film, many different cuts in the space, in this sort of week or so that this was part of my life. And one of the things that I offered for it was this: I had just found the original 4-track version of Skull, and I think I had done it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, I think
some of you listeners that might be the second time you've heard that.
So I thought, hey, for the film, like, let's augment, let's add to the original acoustic demo of Skull. So Ryan played drums on it, and I played a little bit of bass. So we added to it and made it, and Eric, the director, liked it and used it in the film. Like I said, didn't think about it too much, but then Adele and I went to the premiere.
We got to go to the premiere. It was in Somerville.
It was like really good. The movie was
great.
Like, the way that it was cut together was beautiful. There was things that I did not notice at all during when I worked on it. I had no idea. I think because of the way that it was cut together, I didn't really understand a lot of the relationships between the actors. I didn't understand how good the acting was in the film.
Oh my gosh, so good.
It's really good.
It's so good. Yeah.
So there was a premiere for the film, and Adele had suggested kind of at last minute, like, well, you should really go to this. Cause I was thinking like, I wouldn't even go to the premiere. I was like, it's okay. They probably don't need me. It's probably a small thing. There was like 500 people at the Somerville Theater.
Sold out.
Which I had seen shows at back in the day when I lived in Boston. It was kind of sold out. Opened up the curtains, showed the movie, and I'm like, whoa.
And you performed also before.
And then I performed. I played right before it, which was kind of mellow. It was a lot of older people who were part of the Boston Film Society there. There was actually an older gentleman asleep in the front row when I was playing.
He was adorable.
I concentrated on the sleeping man while I was playing.
Yeah.
But the movie was really engaging, and they used...
Your music was placed so carefully,
placed it really
thoughtfully.
Well. There was also really good placement in the soundtrack. There was a great, classic Mission of Burma song in it.
Yeah.
Morphine, Galaxy 500.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful surprise, and we had a really nice time.
It was just such a great date night for us. And we really, you're right, we had no idea what to expect. I mean, and we're both we're not in that world really specifically, like movie premiere, all that. And, and seeing first cuts of movies, we're kind of like, I don't know, what the heck is this, and who knows? And it was very impressive. And what Eric and the cast and everyone did, really round of applause. And we got to meet such nice people who were involved in it. A few of the actors. We got to meet Taylor Gray, who is the main guy, Steve. He's a fantastic guy. He's wonderful in the movie. We met he and his girlfriend, Violet. They were in town from Los Angeles. She's also an actress. I was captivated by their beautiful skin when I was talking to them. I was like, wow, they're so nice and so pretty. Anyway, and then
so young.
So, well, they're not that young, but they're younger. So anyway, but
I wanted to suck their blood and gain
I
their
wanted
essence.
some of their life.
Give me your life essence.
And then we also got to see Paul Guilfoyle get a Lifetime Achievement Award with a beautiful recorded message from Al Pacino that they played before the movie.
Al Pacino's had an ultra high definition on an enormous screen. At first we were like, am I looking at a planet? I mean, it's like his I couldn't even tell it was like Al Pacino.
Took me a second. And then I was like,
what
oh
is
shit,
that?
that's Al Pacino. Paul Guilfoyle, you guys.
Yeah, you'd know him if you saw him.
Incredible.
Character actor.
And on that rap on a human skull, Mini Music Monday concludes. Thank you for listening. Please join us again.
I'd like to note that I was actually hitting my skull for that, and I got dizzy.
Well, I'll say they have a wonderful website now where it has a link to watch the movie. We'll put it in the show notes. We'll put it also in the Substack. You guys watch the movie. And also, one last thing. There's a beautiful acoustic version Lou does of Garden in the movie. And it's a pivotal scene. And it's really great.
Raw impressions.